Do you like drama? Do you like train wrecks? Do you like watching a man's life disappear right before his own eyes? Do you like dogs? Well, subscribe, because this is going to be the train wreck of a lifetime.
Welcome to Danwood.
So today's been a bright, sunny morning. Birds are chirping. I got to have coffee out on the sunny deck. And I'm going to try and make a positive day. My therapist said that I need to start indulging in my passions, so I'm going to attempt to do that today. But in the meantime, I've got one apartment that I've got to begin moving out of to move into this garage here. I've got to move all the stuff into this garage here, only to maybe in a month or two have to move everything from here somewhere else, depending on how whether or not my wife decides to bail sooner or later. So today I'm going to go to my other apartment, take a look around, maybe work on some creative projects, maybe talk to you guys a little bit, and then just go from there. Come on. Yeah. Oh God, I love my neighborhood. I'm gonna miss it so much. Like the people wave. It's the only place in Los Angeles where, like, the neighbors wave to you walking down the street. You've got greenery everywhere. It's really nice, and I'm gonna miss this neighborhood. Coop likes to hang out the window. Wonder if you can see the Hollywood sign behind me. Can you guys see that? I don't know. Look, you can see it in my room. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. That bridge overpass 2 years ago, spotless, nobody there. Over the last 2 years, it's become this homeless encampment where they're going to the bathroom everywhere. There's been people that have died, left dead in a tent for like a week. It's been a health hazard, and now during this virus epidemic we're having, it's even more unhealthy. And the crazy thing is that's just like a mile away from the nice part of town. So it's kind of scary, and obviously the cops don't want to do anything about it right now for obvious reasons. They don't want to get sick, they don't want to be unhealthy, but it's just it's giving them like it's giving them the ability to kind of reign free. They've got like storefronts up, and like it's gone quite bad. Anyhow, we're about to get to the ghetto where my old apartment / creative studio is. As you can see, it's quite a difference in neighborhood. This is where I spend my days usually. Let's go, Coop.
Alright.
Come on. He doesn't want to go. Go.
Goes in the hole there, goes back to your room.
I don't know what you mean. It
I'm
goes into.
I'm trying to like.
You think it comes from my
theorize.
room and goes in there?
It is. Well, there's like a pathway through the bathroom, like wall.
Jesus.
So I'm gonna get some traps today.
Okay.
I'm gonna set one like right in between there, because both times that it ran towards me, it ran that way. That's the other thing. I noticed they come when they smell smell the food cooking, and then when they can hear we're not out, because their sense of smell is really strong.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, that just happened. I don't know if you heard everything. Obviously a rat problem in the studio, which is exactly why I gotta get rid of this place. It's a mess. The landlord has been horrible for all of time. She's a slumlord, and it's time to move on from here, which is why I've got to go move everything into my apartment with my ex-wife or ex-whatever, and then when she finally decides to pack up and leave, I'm gonna have to move again. I've got to move all this stuff. I picked up my guitar to do as my therapist says and do some music therapy, and I realized that this guitar is the perfect analogy for my relationship because string's broken. Cooper, this one's for you. Cooper, I really wanna know why won't you just stop all that barking? Here's a treat if you'll just shut your mouth. You know that I love you. Cooper, here I am. I'll rub upon your belly, but you're awful smelly. Awful smelly. That's for you, buddy. There we go. So today's been a little more positive, I think. Just like I've been recommended to everybody, I am just currently trying to do whatever I can as therapy. That's what this is. It's vlog therapy, I guess. But it's got to be more than that. I've got to, like I've said before, I've got to indulge into all my passions, distract my mind, and do whatever I can to remain sane. I may have mentioned this before. The biggest issues I'm having currently are the fact that when my wife finally leaves me, I'm the one that loses everything. So I've got this studio that I'm in. This is going to be gone in about a month. The roommates are moving out. This is what I've been using as my work studio. So I'm gonna have to move all of this stuff to the apartment that I've been living at with my ex for a couple of years. So it's probably gonna be in the garage. I've actually had a lot of stuff packed away for some months anyway because we've been going through this shit for a little while. And then when she decides to leave, because I probably won't be able to afford that apartment, I'm gonna have to move again somewhere else. Either I'm gonna have to move back in with my mom and dad, which sucks at my age, or I'm gonna have to find a roommate, or I'm gonna have to find a place of my own. Here's the biggest issue. She's an author. She's going to make money during this downturn, this economic downturn and this pandemic. She's going to be fine, and she makes lots of money. I'm going to have a lot of trouble affording that apartment, if at all. My family, whom I've previously worked for, their wedding business is going to be down till maybe past August. So I might have to help them out. And I'm not going to be able to get any income from them. Furthermore, in Los Angeles right now, potentially for months afterwards, do you think I'm going to be able to get a job anywhere? Bars aren't hiring, restaurants aren't hiring. The people that have been let go, they might be let back if the businesses survive. So just because my wife decided to flip the switch and turn off all emotions and everything during this pandemic of all freaking times, like if she leaves in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, I am flat on my ass. So I've just been stressing so hard about that. It's been difficult to figure out. Mind you, I'm the one that's still in love, and she just like turned it off. Thank you, buddy. And like I've said, I lose my buddy, I lose the dog, which is devastating. So like I've proposed to her, let's be civil, let's live happy, stay out of each other's way until this pandemic is over, until I can get my feet. It would be the right thing for her to do. The wrong thing for her to do would be, because she's met somebody else or because she's talking to somebody else or whatever reason, she decided to just completely flip the switch on me, to just leave me at this moment high and dry and completely screwed. So I believe for the short term, at least anyway, like I've tried to have a conversation with her about it. She may be willing to stay around for a month, maybe two. I don't know. I've offered to help her with the dog and with other things so she can have peace at home and get her work done. But the problem is that it's so crazy because she can just be 100% happy right now. Like 2 months ago, before she went on a trip on her own, everything was perfect. Lots of I love yous, lots of everything. And then when she came back from that trip, she was like a different person. Like she treated me different, like as if something happened, you know? And like I've got to kind of trust her, but you know, I know how relationships can be and how people can be, and usually when they flip that switch like out of nowhere, it means something happened, which hurts thinking about. It's devastating if I ever knew, but it would be helpful to know the reality of it, because like I'm still sitting here stuck in love with her while she's like completely dead to me. So like if I got to know some information like that, it might make me dislike her enough to completely fall out of love, which would be helpful for both of us, because last night, you know, I was doing okay. I was trying to keep in good spirits in my mind, mentality, and everything. And you know, I was out for the day, and I came home, and she like cooked dinner like everything was normal. We sat down and watched TV like everything was normal. She got on the phone with one of her guy friends for like an hour and was just having a great old time. And it was just like, she is perfectly happy having sprung this all on me, pulled the rug from under me, and completely just turned off the switch of like the last 3 years of like love and travel and shit that we've spent together. And I know she has an echo chamber, which is a problem in a relationship. Women, why do you do this? Like, she has a best friend whom she speaks to, and she speaks to about hot boys, you know, because she writes in the romance industry, and which always frustrates me because, you know, as a man in her life, I kind of wanted to be looked at as somebody she was attracted to. But she speaks to about hot guys, and then she speaks to her best friend when we fight. And so her best friend always gets to hear about us fighting and never gets to hear about, oh my gosh, my husband brought me flowers every time I've released a book. Or he's always washing the dishes and cleaning up after everybody and like doing sweet things for me. And he drives me everywhere. And he takes me for a 6-hour hunt, actually more than that, a 12-hour hunt to go find a new car and just do like all the things that you do in a relationship, but like without any qualms or anything. She never says those things to her friends. To her friend. So every time her friend gets a message or something about me, it's always negative. And so obviously the response from her friend is, oh my God, he's so horrible, or I don't know how you can stand fighting so much, or you totally need to leave him. You're like a famous author, so you can get any guy. And like that echo chamber is so unhealthy for a relationship. And she's been doing it for years. And it's been the cause of a lot of our issues. You know, like, I don't think you should, if you're having a text argument, send all the screenshots to your friends. That's just, it's an invasion of my privacy, and it's hurtful to the relationship. You know, and I've never, ever, ever talked to my friends about the problems that we've had in our relationship. Never. Like, the only time I've ever mentioned anything to my friends or family is now. When she's leaving me, when she's broken up with me and pulled the rug from out of under me during a global pandemic when I have absolutely no income. And so, of course, like, I'm dying inside every day pretending to be happy, and she's just gallivanting along like nothing's wrong, which just kills me inside. So, of course, I've talked to my mother, I've talked to some friends, I posted on Facebook, like, friends, please support me, please help me. Any kind words will help. I've talked to a therapist, I'm doing everything I can to be normal, and she's perfectly happy. The worst part is, like, I've got to keep appearances stable and normal, because the moment I come to her with any sort of emotional issues I'm having about this breakup or anything about me being upset, she's going to flip that switch and get all angry and just move out immediately. And yes, I love her. Yes, I want her to stay. Yes, I want to save this relationship. But yes, I also know that she's done. Like 100%. And I can't have that. But what I need now is for her to do the right thing. And the only way to allow her to do the right thing is to pretend like I'm happy. And it crushes me. Because the fact that she feels no pain and she's perfectly happy and chatting on the phone and having a nice day, and I'm doing favors for her and taking care of the dog, like, the fact that she feels no pain hurts me. Because when I have to be in front of her and with her and, like, we have dinner and stuff like some weird normal couple, I am in so much pain, but I'm pretending that I'm not, and that is even more emotionally painful and damaging. Buddy. So it's like every single day, after I go out for the day and do my thing, and I come home, I put on that happy face, and it murders me. And she's having a nice time, and then she goes to bed, and the second she goes to bed, I'm like, fuck. Huh, buddy? And then I have to get on the phone with my mom at, like, midnight and, like, get talked down for 2 hours in the garage. Sorry. It's just really, really hard. And for this to be going on during this pandemic, when I have nowhere else to go, no other options, it just makes everything so much more difficult. And I do love this little dog. I'm gonna lose him too, and I don't know why or how she could be doing this to me right now. Like, she was literally telling me she loved me 2 weeks ago. And then, you know what the real catalyst was for this? Is just before the pandemic, when it just started, when people were thinking that it wasn't so as bad as it seemed, I went out to hang out with my best friend on St. Patrick's Day. Buddy, stop. I went out to hang out with my best friend on St. Patrick's Day, and because she was worried, I brought gloves, I brought hand sanitizer, I brought spray. I stayed 6 feet or more away from everybody. When I sat down, I sprayed everything down. I didn't hug anybody, friends, nothing. I called the place we were going to ahead of time, and I said, is anybody going to be there? I know you guys are, like, thinking about shutting down. They said no. We're going to be the only ones. I literally talked to a medical surgeon because I was supposed to have surgery, and she was calling me to cancel it. And I asked her advice on how to proceed. I did everything right. And when I came home, she blew up that night and berated me, and I was so safe and careful. And again, it was during the beginning of this, before we all knew how bad it was or whatever. And that was the day she flipped her switch. The day after that, she told me she didn't love me anymore. She told me she wasn't attracted to me anymore. And then, of course, 3 days later, as I begged and pleaded and sobbed and cried in the most pitiful human being way possible, it just was so clear and obvious. She just shut it down. She was done. And then I've been destroyed ever since. And it's been shocking ever since. And I know she's been under a lot of stress with book deadlines and then the pandemic. And she has always tended to be really snappy with me and mean with me when she's under stress. And I thought a lot of her actions lately were because of that. And yes, she did change when she got back from Australia from that trip on her own. Things were getting back to normal, but turns out it's just not the snapping, or it's not the stress, it's that She doesn't love me, and I don't know why. Literally 90% of our time together was happy. 90% of it. No joke. Fighting every 3 months maybe at best. We've gone 6 months and more without a fight. We would laugh at the neighbors for fighting so much. It was good. We were doing well. But her stupid echo chamber, her stupid fan group, talking about boys, all that shit just really got to her head, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know the answers. But somehow she decided that I wasn't good enough anymore, and that she wasn't attracted to me anymore, and that I'm sure all her fan group and echo chamber really helped her make that decision, and she just flipped the switch. Anyhow, those are my thoughts and feelings for the day and what I'm going through. It's like I said, if you want to watch a man deteriorate and watch his life go to shit during a global pandemic, subscribe and like and all that crap, because this is going to be my therapy. I'm going to continue to talk to the camera. I'm going to continue to love as much of this dog as I can while I have him. I'm going to continue to try and get my outlets in creative ways. So yeah. Okay, I may walk around with the camera a little bit, show you the rest of the day, but yeah, maybe not either. Maybe I'll just end it here, who knows. But yeah, anything will help. Support, nice comments. I hope you don't leave any nasty stuff, because I really couldn't use that right now. I could really use a happy conversation, or maybe we can just have a discussion about if you've been through similar things, or if you're going through similar things during quarantine. So yeah, thanks for listening again. Say bye, buddy. Look at that. You see that white car back there? My truck is in front of that car. I've been living at this place. Well, I lived here before I moved in with my chick, with my lady, and I've used this as a studio, but I've been here for nearly 10 years. And those people block me in my parking space so much. Almost every time I have to leave this place, I have to go bang on every door. I have to go figure out whose car it is. I have to... Yeah, I can't get up and run somewhere quickly, because I have to go friggin' wake up the whole neighborhood. If I have to go somewhere at midnight, I've got to wake everybody up, because these people just will not park in their space, and they refuse to not block me in. It's miserable. You know what, that's it. I'm just going to call it a day. I've got to go knock on the doors to get the neighbors to move the car so I can leave. And I'm going to go back home, try and survive another night, keep myself busy, work out, and that'll give me some stuff to talk about tomorrow. So thanks for being here again. Thanks for allowing me to share. Please do a subscribe and a like. That'd help. Cooper would like it. Cooper would like it. Yeah, do like and subscribe, and I'll just chat with you tomorrow. Oh, let's go this way. Let's go. Come on. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Every night at 8 o'clock, my neighborhood has been participating in cheering out loud for all the workers on the front lines in the hospitals with COVID-19. Let's check it out, see if they're doing it. I don't know if that was very audible, but it's a pretty amazing thing to do, to thank the workers on the front lines of COVID-19. Their lives are much harder than mine right now. Thank you.